Hello queens. I'm back at y'all with another client tutorial, and today I'm showing y'all how I created this multicolor glitter cut crease, and we're jumping straight into the video. I'm starting this off by cleaning my client's face. Now that her face is clean, I'm going to proceed to doing her eyebrows. So I'm taking my LA Colors eyebrow pencil. This one is in the shade Black Brown, and I'm using this to outline her brows. Now that both of the brows have been outlined, I'm going to start filling them in from the back and working my way to the front. I like to outline both brows first just to make sure I get them as even as possible before filling them in. Either way it goes, if you want to do one brow at a time, you can, because we will be cleaning them up with concealer. Once I've made my way to the front of her brows, I'm gonna do little hair-like strokes. Make sure you apply the product very light-handed at the front of the brow, because that'll make it easier to blend in with the back. You don't want it all to look too harsh. And I also brush through the brows as I go, just to make sure that everything is nice and blended. Before I go in with concealer, I'm taking my Eye Envy Clear Eyelash Glue, and I'm just applying this throughout her brow hairs. It's going to help me lay them down in place, and to mold them down, I'm using the spoolie end of my pencil. To clean up her brows, I'm going to be going in with these two concealers. First, I'm going in with the Nicka K concealer, which is in the shade 07, and I'm using this to clean up underneath her arch. I like for the arch to be highlighted, which is why I always choose to go in with a lighter concealer for that portion. For the remainder of the way, I'm just going to be going in with that RK by Kiss concealer, and I'm going to include the shade name in the description box down below. Basically, everything I use in this video, y'all, the shade names will be in the description box. Now that both brows have been cleaned up, I'm going in with my Dermablend translucent powder, and I'm going to focus this powder at the front of the brows just to lighten them up, and I'm also going to be applying it on top of some of the concealer to set it in place. For an eyeshadow base, I'm going in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and this is in the shade White. As y'all can see, I went ahead and applied about a dime size amount onto her eyes, and now I'm just blending it out. Start the eyeshadow look off, I'm going in with this purple shade on my Wet n Wild taper blending brush. Just about every eyeshadow that I used in this look came from my Juvia's Place Zulu palette. So as y'all can see, I'm just taking this purple and I'm packing this on the outer edge of her eye. This is my all-time favorite purple to use, y'all. It's so easy to blend out, and as you can see, it's very pigmented. Now I'm taking this pink shade, which is also from my Zulu palette, and I'm going to be applying this at the edge of the purple shade. Notice how I said the edge, so we will not be taking this all the way in because we will be going in with another shade. But you just want to pack it on and make sure you blend it out. Next, I'm going in with this bright orange shade, and I'm going to be applying it right in front of the pink. Last but not least, I'm taking this yellow shade and I'm packing it in the inner corner of her eye. After you go in with the yellow shade, you just want to make sure you go back and reapply any color that you feel like may have gotten a little lost. So after I finished packing on the yellow, I decided to go back in with the orange just because it wasn't as vivid as the other shades. The main focus for today's look is pigmentation. Okay, you want to make sure you reapply those shades as many times as you need to, just to make sure that they're all seen. To cut her crease, I'm going back in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and I'm just stamping out my shape. Y'all know I love for my cut creases to be nice and round and as precise as possible, so I'm just gonna let y'all watch. To blend out the edge of her cut crease, I'm going in with this dark purple shade. Now I'm taking this turquoise shade and I'm applying it to the edge of her lids. For the inner corner of her eye, I'm going in with this lime green shade from my Morphe 35B palette, and I'm just packing it on, and I'm making sure I dab a little bit onto that last shade just to make sure everything is nice and blended. Now I'm just going in with my glitter adhesive. Y'all always ask me what I use, but child, this adhesive is discontinued, which is why I do not show it in the video. If you want to know what to use, you can use IMB Clear Lash Glue or Duo Lash Glue. I heard that works really well, but I'm going in with this glitter from Isme New York, and it's in the shade Diamond. You should be able to find it at your local beauty supply store, but it's just like this iridescent fine glitter, which makes it perfect for any eyeshadow. I've used it in so many of my videos. But once that's all applied, I'm going in with my Wet n Wild black liquid liner, and I decided to do a wing. Moving on to the face, I went ahead and moisturized her face using my Pond's moisturizer. Now I'm going in with my e.l.f. Matte Poreless Putty Primer, and I'm using this to prime her skin. Taking my Nicka K concealer in the shade number 10, and I'm basically using it as a color corrector. For her foundation, I'm going in with my Fit Me foundation, and it's in the shade Deep Golden. To highlight her face, I'm going in with my Nicka K concealer, and it's in the shade 07. I like to use whatever excess concealer that I have on the brush to clean up the edge of the eyeshadow. To clean up the concealer underneath her eyes, I'm going in with my damp Real Technique sponge. To set the concealer in place, I'm using 2 of my Fit Me pressed powders, and they're in the shades Golden Caramel and Mocha. I'm going on top of that Fit Me powder with my Morphe Loose powder, and it's in the shade Rich Banana. To bronze up her face, I'm going in with my Black Radiance pressed powder, and it's in the shade Black Coffee. To set the remaining areas of her face, I'm going in with another Black Radiance pressed powder, and this one is in the shade Rich Mahogany. I'm taking this black eyeshadow and I'm using it to line majority of her waterline, and then I'm going to be going on her lower lash line with each color that I applied on her transition except for pink. So I'm taking the purple, then I'm going to be going in with the orange, and then the yellow. Now that the colors have been applied, I'm going to take my foundation brush and use it to dust away all of the powder. Now I'm just going to spray her face with some setting spray, and while the spray dries, we're going to be going in with lashes. I'm highlighting her face using one of the highlighters from my Be Perfect Carnival XL palette, and I'm just applying this to the high points of her face, and I'm also going to be applying it to the tip and the bridge of her nose. Last but not least, it's time to do the lips. So I'm taking my Juvia's Place foundation stick in the shade Congo, and this is what I'll be using to outline her lips, and I'm just applying it using this flat synthetic brush. For the center of her lips, I'm going in with these new Nicka K lip glosses, y'all. I found these at my beauty supply store, and I decided to basically mix them together and apply them to the center of her lips using this small blending brush. I applied a clear lip gloss on top of her lips off camera, but this is basically the finished look, and we're about to get into the grand reveal. Perfect. Ready to see?
Yes. Period. She is not one of them. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. You the goat. You the goat. Oh my gosh. She's the goat. Oh my gosh. Y'all Mr. Book. Period. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh.
Okay, you're gonna have to make some plans. You better not.
Yeah, I ain't gonna cry. I can't mess this up. Oh my gosh, I look like a celebrity. Oh my god, this is cute. I'm in love. Literally. Oh my god.
Okay, queens, you've made it to the end of the video, and as you can see by my client's reaction, this tutorial was another success, and this is y'all's daily reminder to go follow me on Instagram. A link will be in the description box down below, and trust me, you won't be disappointed because my Instagram content is just as good as my YouTube content. I hope you all like, comment, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next one.
Bye everyone.